Capricorns, y'alls are being sweet as pie to everyone you meet and really just being nice to everybody, but there's an ulterior motive. So let's look at the cards. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords. That is the ulterior motive. You guys are trying to deflect. You don't want to talk about something specific, and so you're bringing up things that are nice, things that are good, things that are like neutral ground, anything that is not going to stir up troublesome topics, and I think it's one particular topic that you guys really want to looking up here, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Queen of Wands is purposefully sweet-talking people in order to almost like manipulate or steer the conversation in a particular direction. So the Queen of Wands kind of trying to steer the conversation, and the Knight of Cups and the Cups is talking about that sweetness and just being extra nice to people. But like I said, there's a reason. Now with the Oracle cards, we have a person who really doesn't want to talk about this topic. We have the Torch of the number 5. It's like they would rather be like, hey, look over there. They would rather, I don't know, throw something on the ground and cause a ruckus. The number 5 is like a commotion. It's like they would rather do anything than talk about this thing they don't want to talk about. The mouth with the skull and crossbones. They want to kill the conversation. They want to shut their mouth or shut the other person's mouth with regards to the topic. Now, I think you guys are well aware you're going to have to talk about this eventually. Of course, if it's not you, then this other person who is going to come to you is eventually going to have to talk about this because it's unavoidable. We have Capricorn on the bottom. They're trying to drag it out. They just don't want to talk about it right now. They're trying to just stall for as long as possible. We have Capricorn underneath that, the bread and the nut. It's like they have to talk about it. The bread is like necessity. But like I said, it's a stall tactic to just, instead of talking about the tough things, just steer the conversation to happy, fun, sweet, almost sickly sweet topics to make sure that we don't touch upon any of these dangerous topics. Let's pull some advice, please, for Capricorn. Okay, so for advice, the cards are kind of like saying it's time to fess up. So we have the Nine of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. It's in your benefit to kind of like almost like be the first person to bring it up. Bring up the topic yourself rather than dodge the. That's the advice. I mean, whether you want to do it or not, you can. I mean, it's free will, right? You can choose to do whatever you want. That is the advice from the cards, and the reason it's the advice is because the Ace of Cups is because you have people who would support you. Now, the Ace of Cups here, I think, talks about sharing your emotions with other people, sharing your experience with other people. It is kind of like part of life, and it's saying that it will help you, and it's in your benefit to do so. Use the people who are around you who are, I think, ready to support you and ready to lend a hand and ready to provide emotional support. Why not use those people as emotional support? I feel like that would be very helpful. Let's see what we got from the Oracle. Wow. So it's not going to be easy to talk about, or perhaps even to hear this person tell you to have this conversation, but it is going to be in your benefit. Again, it's reiterating, but this time with the hammer, and the hammer talks about healing. So in this case, and the cup can also mean healing. So in that case, this is reiterating the same message from the tarot cards, where it's like having a shoulder to cry on, or somebody to just get feedback from, to share your experience with, is gonna be healing, even if it's difficult to say it or to hear it. Feel free to, like, if somebody wants to talk to you about something, encourage them to talk to you, because they need that healing potentially too, if you're not the person who is coming forward or who's trying to avoid the difficult topics. If you're not that person, someone is, and that person needs encouragement to bring up the dark stuff so that they can work through it. So, you know, apply that as it will for you if you're the person who needs the counsel, or if you're the person providing the counsel, right? Apply that how it. And you know, now that I think about it, it's like, what is friendship, right? I feel like true friendship is actually sharing the stuff that's going on by avoiding the difficult topics and staying just on the surface. It's like, that's not true friendship. That's not opening the door for true friendship or for camaraderie. That's what people are in your life for. And yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be your reading. Capricorns, thanks so much for being here. If this resonated for you, go ahead and like the video and follow the channel if you want